Well, I decided to do this inside because it's like 800 miles an hour outside, so it's going to be quite entertaining. I'm sure it's going to be fantastically awesome as I try to pull this polyboard off as we prepare for our trip, our first trip, the major trip to Galveston, Texas.
Not that you want me to start my peanut gallery, but was it windy on Sunday when we got home?
No, I should have done it one Sunday.
Nice and bright and beautiful outside.
But we took Sunday to kind of chill and start preparing, and we were working on stuff inside when I should have been outside. But anyways, prepare for this. It's going to be
epically
entertaining. Yes. See you on the flip side.
I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement.
Had to take the hat off. Way too windy. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so everybody asked about the film and residue. Now, from the weathering, it did leave a few spots here like this. It got wet and just whatnot, but you see, I mean, it'll take a little bit more work, but peels right off and it doesn't leave any type of residue or anything on there. I mean, it'll take a little bit longer to get a lot of that stuff off there, but honestly, it looks kind of ugly right now, but we'll work on it slowly throughout the summer. About the time that we need to put new on there, we'll have it all off. But in the big scheme of things, it was totally worth it. I mean, it really was. Anyways. Between the moisture, the insulation, and the heat being added to it, it kind of became one with the water filter. But I've had this filter since we moved, and it totally just came out from underneath the. It's gonna be one of those days, man. Holy crap. So we'll try to do a little bit more of this. I don't know. The recording will be worth it. So, HVAC tape, great. Polyboard, great. What's not great is it does not peel off that great. Does not peel off that great. So, what ends up happening is that we're going to have to come back and I'll have to do the thumb roll and make a bunch of little boogies. A little bit more time involved. Hoping that when we power spray it, it'll come off. So, we'll see. Oh, when Ryan sees all that, she's gonna have a full meltdown, I'm sure. So my intent was to try to save some of the bigger pieces, but that's not happening. All right, peeps. Well, after all that craziness, how about we go inside and try to get some of that done and kind of warm up a little bit. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. What up, peeps? All right, so now that the Arctic blasting winter of death has graced us with leaving, we are in the midst of removal of all of our reflex that we put up. See if there's anything that we need to check on, because we had stuff to soak up water or condensation behind it. But we've got this scattered all over the RV, so we're gonna be removing all that today. So stick around and see how easy or difficult, or, you know, keeping my mental capacity, take this out. Yeah. Okay, so it does have a moment where it starts sticking and it doesn't seem to, like, you think that it's not coming off, but this is the great thing about the HVAC tape, is that even though it leaves this little bit, with just a little bit of just rubbing your thumb over it, it'll just roll off. I mean, it takes a little bit more time, but you know what, in the big scheme of things, keeping the cold air out, and look, no residue, no nothing. It's all clean, not like, you know, duct tape or something like that that I've seen actually peel the finish and everything off of it. So even though it might take a little bit longer to take it off and a little bit more energy, honestly, you know, if you don't have the time, you don't want to, you don't gotta sit here and freaking do it now. Heck, you could be sitting at dinner one night or just hanging out, just turn around and just run your thumb across it and see, it just comes right off.
And obviously at that moment you're talking about all the single guys, because wives would have a complete meltdown and be like,
we're not leaving that.
No.
That's not staying.
We need to finish the job and get it all done.
Yes. But in the big scheme of things, as you can see the daylight coming through, and we're having, you know, nature being brought back in.
Makes wife happy.
Yes, we're not in the bat cave anymore. So yeah, we'll continue taking all this off. I'll try to go as slow as possible to peel it and not leave as much on there. But my point is that it leaves no residue. It comes off, and I mean, there's a little bit, you can feel a little bit of sticky on there, but just wiping it down with like a damp cloth, it's gone, nothing's damaged. And it protected us during the winter, so I would give this.
And guys, the main thing I was worried about was once we were going to take it off, because of all of the condensation and all of the freaking freeze, I was really worried we were going to see some mold.
Well, one thing that helped us with that too, in collecting any type of moisture, is we use these charcoal bags. Which we'll be including in another video.
And who recommended those?
This was One Strange Avenger. And let me tell you guys, good call.
If you haven't checked them out, now's the time to correct that.
Right. These things we've got all over the, you know, besides our dehumidifiers, we have these in a lot of places, under the bed, back in our garage on the top of the bed to keep the moisture down in there, and we threw these inside these windowsills to help keep the moisture down in them, and there's nothing. These things did awesome, so highly recommended for sure.
And who are you sporting today?
Of course, we have the mighty His Way Homestead and the great and powerful Felix.
Happy Place Camping.
Happy Place Camping. So we got Felix, Darby, and that other guy. I don't know, Jesse.
What's his face?
What's his face? But anyways, appreciate it, guys. We're going to get the continuation going and get all this stuff off.
Hey guys, so this is really the window we were terrified about. Wouldn't you say, babe?
Yeah. I mean, this one was letting in a lot of air.
Well, not only that, but not only was it letting in a lot of air, it was also, this is the one that got the most frozen.
It had, I think we shot a little clip over a picture of it, but there was nothing but a sheet of ice all the way around it. This whole thing was frozen.
So personally, I was really expecting some bad stuff, but as you can see, like we said, we stuck some stuff in there. We put the charcoal in there, and honestly, we hope for the best. Like, literally prayed that everything would be okay.
This is dry. The only time
you can see, like, there's no mold.
No mold. There's a little bit of moisture right here that had accumulated. I don't think it's really accumulated, but just a little bit, but nothing that, other than that, everything else is bone dry.
And as you can see, I mean, we have a little bit of spots that we need to still get off, but I mean, honestly, for the most part, I think that came off and saved us tremendously. So, anything else you want to say, babe?
No,
Completely pleased with the way this turned out?
When you invest in this stuff, don't get the cheap stuff, man. This is the R15, which is as far as insulation goes with this stuff, don't do anything cheap. Definitely invest the money, especially if you're going to be doing winter camping like we do. And I mean, just protects your RV and keeps you warm, and don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money to keep you and your family warm and safe.
Alright, well, thank you everyone for sticking around. I'm sure we'll have more to show you on this video. Deuces.
So again, except for like the little spots that I'm going to work on and get rid of, it's all come off. It's kind of faded right there. I tried to wipe it off, but for the most part, you can see all the way around the window. It didn't tear anything up. It didn't take anything off. So HVAC tape, that's the way to go when you want to do this. And now, look at that. Wife is happy. We have windows. We have sunshine.
I'm not in a cave.
She's not living in the back cave anymore. So.
What?
This goes out to Aaron Jemison. By the way, this is fun. Taking this off. It's therapeutic. Just saying.
So I'd like to say you were right to Felix, Happy Place Camping, that we're going to have a tremendous amount of fun getting this tape off the RV.
So, good times.
All right.